What's going on, YouTube? I know it's been a while, very long time since I posted, and kind of wanted to post again. I'm gonna try to do this more frequently, at least once a week, trying to get some videos out there. So update on what's going on with me and my career in music and everything like that. So me and my wife were not in Chattanooga anymore. We lived there for about 2 years. Just did not work out for us job wise, mental health wise, health wise, physically. So a lot of things were just completely wrong. So right now we're both in a career change, and so I was like, you know what, screw it, forget Chattanooga. Let's move back home. Let's go back to home base and figure it out, press the reset button. So that's what we're doing. We've been in Huntsville for about 2 months, 2 to 3 months, and things are going well. Mentally, we are a lot better. Physically, we're getting better. I dropped from 315 pounds at my heaviest in Chattanooga. I'm now down to 272. So through dieting and eating right. So beat wise, like my music wise, I'm still making beats. I've updated my whole system. I got my MacBook now. I'm using Studio One. Workflow's getting better. My beats are getting better. So things are working. I get my BeatStars up and running. I'll be launching that here hopefully next month or 2 months at the latest, of launching my beat store so I can get that going, to start providing some different music and just bringing my style to the game. I know it's something different. I have an old school vibe, but I like the new school trap shit, you know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much what I'm trying to do. So it's some things I wanted to talk about, as far as, I guess, creators, musicians, beat makers, rappers, artists, and just general people in life. What is your purpose? I've done a lot of self-reflection. That is one of my favorite things to do, is to get alone and just reflect on the past mistakes I've made, not dwelling on them, but like navigating through those and say, all right, how can I not make the same mistake again? How can I not do this? Or I could have did this better. Or what did I do right? I did this right, which led me to get here. So self-reflection is a very important aspect that we all should do, especially as creators. So reflect on what your purpose is. So perfect example right now is, myself and my health. For me, I need to get my health in order. I'm not trying to go down that road of diabetes, hypertension, everything else. I used to be in really good shape. Not in great shape anymore. Like I said, I was 315 pounds at my heaviest in Chattanooga, and I've never been that heavy before. So now I'm back down to 272. So my purpose was to get healthier, to not be on diabetic medication, to get my blood pressure down. So I've actually been sticking to my diet and being strict with myself. I've fucked up a few times, but this is probably one of the best times I've been on a diet. It's not really a diet, just making lifestyle changes. And so that is my purpose. So now I'm trying to figure out my purpose in the gym. I need to be more active. I need to be burning more calories. And so the program I was doing before, I felt like I was just in there doing stuff. I didn't feel like I had a purpose. And one of my hobbies and passions have always been bodybuilding. So I said, fuck it. I had a coach who was giving me the stuff, and he's a great coach, and we're going to talk next time I have our meeting. I'm like, hey man, switch me to a bodybuilding program. I've been doing this program, and I just feel like I have a purpose now, why I'm actually in here. It is to, build myself a better body. So how do we correlate that to beat makers? How do we correlate that to singers and R&B artists and rappers and whatever creative aspect or journey that you're on in life? How do we correlate that in finding your purpose? And it comes back to self-reflection. Lock yourself in a room. Just go somewhere without anybody. If you can't, go get a hotel in town somewhere. Get a cheap ass one. It doesn't have to be glorious, because you're not there to have fun. Go find one of those cheap motel, 8s, whatever, $30 a night. Stay there a whole day and a night, or stay there 3 days, however long you think you need. Go there, be by yourself, turn your phone off, and sit there and reflect. Reflect and find your purpose. Find your path on how you're going to navigate through this world, because we all can say, hey, you know, for me, for example, I could say, hey, I want to be a beat maker. I want to be able to sell beats online and make that my livelihood and provide money for my family. But if I cannot figure out what my purpose is in that space, and also come up with the actual plan to follow and stick through it and be consistent and disciplined, then I'm just going to be like everyone else out here and showing this fake facade of all this stuff on social media. And then you realize that you're actually just going in circles. You're not going anywhere. So utilize that time. If you want to find your purpose and you don't know it, but you know your hobby or your passion is music or art or photography, something creative in the creative field, then go and do that. One of my favorite people, Derek Grace, he even says it, like, that's how he ended up coming up on his money. He said he had, I don't know, $67 to his name, and he just said, you know, fuck it, went and got a hotel and reflected for like 18 hours straight on his life, his journey, his everything, so he can actually come up with a plan to be able to stay consistent and disciplined to reach his goal and his version of success. And so we all have the opportunity to do that, and we just got to take it. Fuck popping bottles on that weekend, fuck doing whatever you feel like you want to do. If you really want to be in this creative lifestyle and this path, there's things that we got to take care of. And the first start is just self-reflecting, being honest with yourself, and getting to know yourself and figuring out the best form of action for you to follow and be consistent with. So I did that recently. I went to the beach, me and my wife, met my buddy down in Destin, Florida, had a blast. But one of those days I took to myself to sit and think and figure out my plan and my process. I sat in front of my laptop and just started jotting down notes. So that way, when I got back home, I hit the ground running and I know what I need to do. So just remember, we're all in the same boat. Nobody, like, yeah, some people may be ahead of you or farther than you. There's guys out here making crazy money selling beats, linking with artists. And so, but I can't look at that and be like, oh man, I can't wait to get there, or oh man, I want to be there. It's okay, that's dope, I'm awesome and I'm happy for them, but what is my path? You know, so sitting there reflecting, I found out that I enjoy making beats, but I actually enjoy connecting with people, and that is one of the things I procrastinate on because I'm afraid. I'm afraid of them rejecting me. I'm afraid of them telling me my beats are suck and they're whack, whatever. And so instead of me actually connecting with artists and building something with them, I choose not to do it. I choose not to release my music because I'm afraid of what the market or the fans or the people will tell me. So at the end of the day, I gotta say, you know what, Q, fuck it. There's going to be people that do not like your music. There are going to be people that probably love your music. But at the end of the day, you got to do this for yourself. And it's a reason why you constantly come back to music. And it's always something that you continue to do. So now I need to focus on that. So I have come up with a plan. I've written it down. Now I got to go and get my whiteboard because I'm old school. I want to hang up a whiteboard in my room, write down my steps I need to take for each, you know, action in that plan, and then check off that list. And then as I keep going, staying consistent and staying disciplined is going to get me where I'm at. When it gets hard, when I'm unmotivated, I don't feel like making a beat, I need to make a beat. When I don't feel like reaching out to an artist and messaging them, I need to reach out and do it. Because that little piece telling you don't do it, or that hindrance that's holding you back, that is just your ego and your mind telling you, no, this is uncomfortable, we don't want to do this. When that is something that's going on in your head, then you need to fucking do it. So that's all I want to talk about. Just one of my rambles and rants. If it makes sense to you, it makes sense. If not, you know, shoot me a message, and or leave a comment in the comment box and let me know, you know, hey, if I can explain it better, or if you have any questions, just let me know. I appreciate you watching this video. Don't forget to hit the like button. Please subscribe. I'll be coming out with more content very soon. Thank you. Bye.